Hello, everybody. And recently, I've been messing around with ways to get more aerial effectiveness because one, Bungie changed the way AE works pretty recently. Two, because Lightfall is around the corner and we will be in the air more. And three, hitting in air snipes, either scoped or hipfire, is just really fun. What do you want from me? And that kind of led me down a rabbit hole of hunter exotics that give AE and looking for the most interesting one. And that led me to sealed Ahamkar's grass. Yeah, I know. Trust me. There are for sure other hunter exotics that give AE, but they usually give a small boost and are generally just a passive AE boost, whereas sealed Ahamkar's grass give a massive plus 50 to aerial effectiveness after a melee hit, which to me sounded really fun. And then this got me thinking that if I need to do melee damage. Now, I could throw a smoke at someone and then jump in the air, but that sounds kind of weird and a little boring. This sounds like I want to use it with Arc Strider using Tempest Strike, because if you don't know what that does, it is a melee for Arc Hunters where you slide on the floor and then you do a little melee, whoop, electrify people in your little path, and you are already in the air. So Sealed Ahamkar's Grass only gives you this AE bonus for 5 seconds. That is not a very long time. So I was like, it makes the most sense to use Sealed Ahamkar's Grass to get this 50 aim assist by using Tempest Strike. I'm already in the air. I can already take advantage of it right away. But man, this exotic sure feels like an exotic from the beginning of Destiny that just got left outside to shrivel up and die. If you don't know what Sealed Ahamkar's Grass do besides the AE part that I just told you about, it also reloads your currently equipped weapon on dealing melee damage. So before the addition of the whole aerial effective system, that is literally all it did. That's a perk that you can get on a gun these days. And this is an entire exotic. It doesn't even reload all of your equipped weapons. It just reloads the one that you're currently holding. People in chat literally bullied me for using these. That I remember very clearly. Someone came into chat and they were like, man, Sealed Ahamkar Grass really sucked. And that was before they knew that I was using them. And then they proceeded to laugh at me. So that's how that was going. But this made me want to use them even more. And honestly, I do have some good things to say about them. It's not all negative, but just hear me out. Okay. So some plays I did were possible because I was wearing these. Now we can ignore the fact that Dragon Shadow could have probably achieved the same thing, but with less setup and energy. But you know, being unnecessarily flashy is sometimes the only way to have fun in Crucible, so this is what we have to do sometimes. So the positives that I have to say about Sealed Ahamkar's Grass, using them with the Arc Strike and Tempest Strike melee is genuinely a lot of fun. You get access to that 50 more AE immediately. It enables you to be super accurate in the sky because you can do stuff like you can use Borealis and have it on the solar setting. That gives you 20. And then if you use the seasonal mod that gives you more AE, that gives you 15. So you end up having a ton of AE in the sky. And that makes it really fun to go for snipes after you hit them with Tempest Strike. It's a lot of fun. I also found that I was in a situation quite a few times where I had used all or almost all of my bullets fighting someone. So I slid, hit the enemy with Tempest Strike, and not only did I have the damage from Tempest Strike to help me win that duel, but I also had a reloaded weapon. When I could do that, I definitely felt pretty cool. And I was like, okay, maybe graphs are pretty good. Let's go. So, you know, sometimes it did its job, but obviously it's not worth taking up an exotic slot. The fact that the melee damage doesn't reload all your weapons is a crime. It is a crime. That is a change that I think should have happened a long time ago, because what the hell? So this experience using Sealed Ahamkar's Grass really just got me thinking about how I would love an exotic armor rework pass. Because we have so many exotics that are obviously either from D1 and they were brought to D2 and nothing's been added to them since then. And those are really old. Those are old. The game has changed a lot. And we have so many pre-existing exotics that just don't really do that much that we could change. And I feel like that would be a pretty decent thing to do on Bungie's half, right? Like, they don't have to make an entire new exotic. They don't have to design the way that it looks. They don't need to make ornaments. They don't need to do any of that. They would just have to rework the perk, which is obviously, it's not just rewriting what the perk does. There's a lot of engineering work that goes into that. But I don't know about you guys. I would personally love an exotic rework. Because let's just read a perk of Sealed Ahamkar's Grass compared to a new exotic, okay? Dealing melee damage, reloads your currently equipped weapon, and provides a large benefit to AE for 5 seconds. Falcon. Your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant while using a finisher, all of your weapons gain bonus damage, and you and nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improve a class ability regen. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. Now, did I cherry pick this example? Absolutely I did. But you get my point. Power creep is a real thing in all video games. Look at League of Legends. You have a character whose passive is on the 3rd hit, they do more damage. And then some other champions have an entire novel written about their passive. It's just a natural thing that happens in video games. Exotics get more complicated as designers think of more fun and interesting ways to make these exotics. So of course it's naturally gonna happen. So yeah, I would love an update to exotic armor. We have so many that are just stuck in the past, like Sealed Ahamkar's Grass. Personally, I would love to see a lot of the Arc exotic armor updated because a lot of them are based around the super. And with an additional super being added to Arc Hunter with Arc 3.0, it'd be super cool if it worked with both supers. Just having 2 counterparts where if you have one super, it does this. If you're using the other super, it does that. That would be nice because currently we have nothing that interacts with the second Arc Hunter super at all. Just nothing. And I'm not, please don't take this as me being like, Bungie, how dare you not give me a thing. I know that it's a new super. We might start seeing some exotics that interact with it. I'm just saying, currently there's nothing. And I would like some of these exotics that work around Arc Hunter supers to also work with the other one. That's all I'm saying. I think that would be pretty cool. Another thing that I would really like to see in general is just an update to some exotics that make them more neutral game focused, especially for Arc Hunter. I'm talking about Arc Hunter a lot because I was spamming this with Sealed Ahamkar's Grass because I was sure I was onto something. But realistically, I wasn't. So I really just felt this pain with Arc Hunters and their neutral exotics. I know they have some stuff that affects grenades, but there's literally nothing that interacts with the melee. And Arc Hunter with the Tempest Strike is one of the more fun and interesting melees. I would love something to work with that. But we don't even have something that gives double melee. We have something that gives double knives, but that only works if you're a solar hunter. So I would really like some more neutral game. And that's why I ended up using those weird bony grasps, because they work with all hunter melees. And there you have it. So, Sealed Ahamkar's Grass, they are not going to be taking over the meta anytime soon, but I really tried to make it happen. But I'm glad that I used it, because it really got me thinking about exotic reworks, what I would like there to be done. Maybe I should put out a video of like old exotics and how I would like to see them change. That could be really fun. I like thinking about that kind of stuff. But for now, I would love to know you guys. What exotic would you like to see updated to be a modern Destiny 2 exotic? Let me know what it is. I'm sure so many of you out there have your little weird old exotics that you love. Let me know what it is and what you would like to see done to it. If you don't know what you'd like to see done to it, feel free to just tell me what it is. But yeah, I'd love to know. That'll be really interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will speak to you guys later. Bye.